This is outrageous. You can't do this to me. I won't stay. You'll regret this. Take your notice and...
This is the same car from the video.
And look, the notice matches the time.
We need to report this.
They thought fear could silence a family. They were dead wrong. It started with a single letter, crisp, type dripping with authority. HOA-Karen's signature at the bottom looked innocent, but the words, comply or face consequences. That was her favorite line. Her power wasn't rules, it was intimidation. The family received another letter the next day, then another. Each one escalated. Threats of fines, liens, and legal action. Every note carried her smug, toxic energy. She believed she could crush anyone who dared defy her. She underestimated one thing. We weren't scared anymore. We didn't respond right away. Instead, we observed. Every threat, every visit, every intimidation tactic carefully documented. Karen had a strategy, but she didn't realize her biggest mistake. She picked the wrong family to terrorize. And with every letter she sent, every attempt to scare us, she unknowingly built the evidence that would one day turn her own power against her. HOA-Karen thought we were afraid of her. She wasn't ready for what came next. We started observing every action she took, every subtle threat, every friendly reminder she used as a weapon. She had perfected the art of intimidation, walking slowly down the street as if surveilling the neighborhood, sending anonymous notes to instill paranoia, calling in rules inspectors just to flex her control. But while she was focused on controlling us, we were focused on documenting her. Cameras, screenshots, timestamps, audio recordings, nothing escaped our watchful eyes. The same letters that were meant to scare became proof. Each call, each visit, each tiny overreach was recorded meticulously. The family wasn't just fighting back, they were preparing the evidence that would undo her. Karen didn't know that the more she tried to assert power, the faster she was building her own downfall. The tension in the neighborhood grew. Some neighbors were scared, some were frustrated. But now whispers of resistance began to spread. People noticed her aggression. People started questioning her motives. The perfect illusion of authority was cracking. HOA-Karen wasn't just sending letters anymore. She was escalating. Threats over fines, threats over decorations, threats over things that didn't even belong to her jurisdiction. She believed fear made her untouchable. But she miscalculated. Every move, every intimidation tactic, every attempt to scare us was now being tracked and exposed. Neighbors began noticing patterns. Families receiving identical letters, selective fines, and rules applied inconsistently. People whispered. Observers grew bolder. HOA-Karen's aura of control began to fade. One meeting, she tried to publicly humiliate us in front of the neighborhood, thinking it would silence the dissenters. Instead, it backfired spectacularly. Phones came out, cameras rolled, emails she thought private were shown in plain sight. The neighborhood saw the truth, her toxicity, her obsession with control, her selective targeting. The more she tried to intimidate, the more the evidence stacked against her. The family she tried to crush had turned the tables. And the neighbors, they started supporting them openly. No longer afraid. HOA-Karen thought she could intimidate forever. She was wrong. The evidence we had painstakingly collected became unstoppable. The letters, recordings, and timestamps were undeniable. At the next HOA meeting, everything was revealed. Her selective fines, her threats, her manipulation. Neighbors watched as the illusion of power crumbled before their eyes. Karen's face turned pale. Her words faltered. Every attempt to justify her actions was drowned out by the weight of proof and the voices of those she tried to terrify. The board, realizing she had gone too far, voted unanimously to remove her from any position of authority. Fines were reversed, rules were rewritten, and for the first time, families could breathe again. The neighborhood learned a powerful lesson. Toxic power can only survive in fear, and fear dies when confronted with truth. Karen's reign of terror ended not with violence or anger, but with exposure, documentation, and collective resistance. Her arrogance had been her undoing. And in that moment, every threat she ever sent came back to define her, as a cautionary tale for anyone who thought intimidation could win. Like, subscribe, share, and comment where you're watching from. Share if you've ever had an HOA try to bully you. This story is for you.